Hey, it's Dave Wyman. Welcome to Football 101. Going to take a look at a play from the loss to the 49ers. Really disappointing. Seahawks playing so well on Monday Night Football and against Minnesota, end up losing 26-23 in overtime. I was asked by Bob Stelton because Bob has a quest for truth, a question every week, and one of the questions was, what was the biggest difference between the defense against Minnesota, who I thought they played really well. They just executed. Everybody was in the right spot and everything. And then you go into San Francisco, and that just didn't happen. Now, some of it was because of injuries. I thought Bradley McDougald leaving the game with a knee injury was really big, because then you bring in Delano Hill. They'd love to have KJ Wright back. They had Michael Kendricks against Minnesota, who's a more experienced player. And look, we're going to talk about play action pass, and of course Bobby is the best in the business. Austin Calitro is a really good linebacker, and I like him, but he has some moments where he had kind of a rough game a little bit. Delano Hill, same thing. I think very highly of him, but in this case, you need to read your keys, and that's what I told Bob. What wasn't getting done. And I thought, especially in this case, and this was a touchdown, 9:37 the second quarter to Selleck, the tight end here, number 88. So I'll just go through what they ran here. They did a little fly motion sweep, which kind of held the backside guy, which was Shaquille Griffin, and it kind of held him. And all you got out of this guy ran just a little out route there. You got two seams out of the tight ends, and Kittle, this is the #1 guy. He's second best tight end in the league. He just runs a seam route, and same thing with Selleck, just right down the field. But what they did to hold the linebackers was they did a little play action fake here, and they just blocked down here, pulled a guard around just to seal, and it looked like a running play, but it wasn't. And the reason why is because you got to read high hat, low hat. And when it's a run, those offensive linemen, their heads are down low. They're firing out at you. And when it's a pass, they're going to pretty much stand straight up. And look, I know that it's a tough read, but Bobby read it perfectly. And, that's just, he's a pro. He took like 1 or 2 read steps, which you always take a step as a linebacker towards the line of scrimmage. And then he realized it was a pass, and he turned his body and ran and got right underneath this seam. So that didn't happen on this side. Both Delano Hill and Austin Calitro bit up really hard on this run right here. And really, if it was just like a second earlier or half a second earlier, all you need to do is get underneath the guy. And what it does is, when you get in these lanes right here, it prevents a straight line throw, because it can't go through you because you get in the way. So it causes the quarterback to have to put loft on the ball. And when he has to put loft on the ball, and it's not a big difference, it's like the difference between that, but all that right there, all that area, that matters. And the reason why is it gives the safety time to get over there and make a play. Now, on this one, Tedrick Thompson just fell down. It was in the middle part of that field. It's slippery, and I know both teams had to play on it, but he slipped and fell down. That's the reason why it wasn't a tackle for about 20-25 yards. But play action pass got him here. It was a really well done, good throw by Nick Mullins, who's a free agent rookie, and apparently he's really good. I mean, he's thrown for thousands of yards this year, and he's not had a lot of mistakes, and he's done a really good job. But Seahawks took a step backwards, I thought, as far as execution goes defensively. But, kind of a little bit of a wake-up call there. But a lot of it had to do with youth. You look at the other side of the ball, they lost DJ Fluker a couple weeks ago, and then they lose Jordan Simmons, and then Ethan Posick has to come in. So you have a bunch of guys that are, like I said, good players, just haven't played together and don't have the experience. And if you want to go back and look at this, the guy who did it perfectly, Bobby Wagner, he's going to do things right every single time.